This is 5 Minute Feng Shui Podcast, episode 118, Lunar New Year Rituals for Wealth and Prosperity. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui Podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. Hey everybody, I am happy to be talking to you today because we are going to be talking all about wealth feng shui for the Lunar New Year. I have got lots of great tips and information for you about the Lunar New Year and getting your house really energized for Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, however you prefer to call it. Before we get started though, I want to make a call out, a shout out as it were, for the awesome members of my Feng Shui Insiders private Facebook group. They are an amazing group. We've got such a great mix this year, really a terrific mix of folks from all over the world. And that's what makes this group so much fun. We've got 350 members so far, and we're just getting started in the year. And it is one of the things that I just love is having that sense of community. And this year has been more important than ever to have a sense of community because we're so disconnected because of the pandemic. And I'm hoping that we're going to see a light at the end of that tunnel coming this year. But in the meantime, we've got this amazing group with wonderful people and just such a variety of people from all over. And it's what makes it so much fun to be in this group. And I want to make a little shout out to the people that I know listen to this podcast. And this is by no means the full or complete list of the members, but it is some of the people that I know who have mentioned the podcast, and I just jot down their names as they mention it. And I've got a few that I just want to rattle off and say, hey, thanks a lot for being an insider, and thanks for listening to this podcast. I appreciate you, I care about you, and I thank you. So here, right off the bat is Jennifer. You know you're vacationing in Key West. I so appreciate you listening. And Jaws, I don't know if it's Jaws or Haas. If you pronounce the J, it's Jas. Jaws is on. Susan, Tori, Niovi, TG, Wenling, Claudia, Rebecca, Mariah, Anne. You are all so important to me, and I thank you so much for listening. This is, like I said, these are just some of the folks that whose names I've jotted down who've mentioned the podcast, and I just want to say thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me in your earbuds, or in your car, or in your MP3 player, however it is that you listen. I know I like to listen while walking. I love to take walks and listen to podcasts. Lots of fun. But thank you for letting me do that and have that little shout out. I think it's nice to hear when somebody, calls your name out and you're like, hey, that she saw me, that I'm actually listening and heard my comments. So thanks so much. And let's start talking about the Lunar New Year because it is just around the block. We are just a little over a week away, and here it is. We know everybody I know in the group, we have all been cleaning and decluttering and getting ready. We're starting some renovations and all kinds of household projects. I'm doing creative projects right now. I have this magnificent orchid arrangement that I have lusted after online. And I mean lusted. I see that and I go, but it's $800. I mean, it's like crazy ridiculous for this orchid arrangement. I went, I can make that. So I got all the supplies, and I just need to actually start putting it together. And that's one of the projects I'm working on. I know that our group has got their own projects, and I love seeing what they share in the group. And you might be inspired, I hope, as you're listening to this, to create some of your own feng shui items that you don't have to go and buy something for feng shui. You can make it. And that's what I love and try to encourage people to do, because there's a special energy that comes from you putting your energy into something. It just radiates inward to that item, and then that item radiates it out. So I really want to encourage you to look at what you can do around your house and create some feng shui items. And today we're going to be talking about those items that you can be creating and putting into place in your home that will bring up your whole energetic level a whole new notch. And because what have we been doing? We've been, bad news, pandemics, this and that with politics and divisiveness and whatnot. And it's just nice to have this really just fresh, pure energy that's just bumps you up. And I love that. I love that. I need that. And I want to give it to you too. And I want to give you some ideas today in today's podcast about things that you can do around your house that are good for the Lunar New Year. You can do any time of the year, as a matter of fact. You don't have to just save it for this, but because it's timely, I wanted to put this together for you and talk about some of the things that you can do and things that you can employ around your house to really kind of bump up your energy and make it super positive, super energized for wealth, for prosperity, for energy, for growth, vitality, all those fabulous adjectives that we so need. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun today. And I know I'm going to have some fun doing some of these projects myself. So let's get started. So obviously, we know that there's a lot of preparation around the house with the Lunar New Year. It's think of it as sort of spring cleaning for Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year. It's a time when you want to clean your house, you want to repair it, you want to declutter it, you want to make sure everything is in working order, everything is clean, bright. You don't want to have just a little bitty bit of jam in the jar in your refrigerator. All those bottles that are a quarter full, throw them out, get rid of it, recycle it, dump it down the drain, throw it away, and start with really nice, new, fresh energy. Is there anything better than looking at a fully stocked pantry or a refrigerator that's loaded with all new, fresh groceries? I just love that. But this is the time of the year that we want to be thinking about that. Once we've got all that cleaning and stuff done, we can start talking about the things that we can do that are fun, the feng shui part, the things that you want to do to decorate your house, to welcome the new year, and some small, simple rituals that augur some good fortune and that celebrate the energy of the coming year. And that's what I want us to do. I don't care what's going on outside of my four walls. Inside of my four walls is my own economy, it's my own energy, it's my own life, and I take full responsibility and full charge for that. And I can't do anything about what goes on outside those four walls, but I sure can make a difference inside my four walls. And that is what feng shui is about. And that's what I want you to have when you're working on these items or listening today, thinking about things that you can do. So hopefully you got a pad and pencil, because you might want to take some notes. All right, so let's talk about all these ways you can create some wonderful, good fortune energy and lift your own energy in the meantime. We're going to talk about some fun and easy decorations you can do. Now let's start at the front door. That's always where we start with feng shui, right? Always at the front door. We always want to make sure we start at the front door first. That's primary, because we want to make sure that the energy that comes through it is beautiful, sparkling, clean, neat, tidy, auspicious. And what does that mean? That means adding vitality. Get out there and clean your front porch area, even if it's winter. I know some of our folks in the Northeast are getting pounded with this nor'easter of blizzards and snow drifts and what have you. Do what you can. Of course, while you're listening to this, next week it might reach 80. So you never know. The snow might be gone. But do what you can to clean around your front door, make it look auspicious. And if you've got snow drifts that are 9 feet high, then dress up your foyer. Let's just look at it like that. We'll just dress up the front door in the inside, and that's perfectly fine. We always want to add vitality at our entrance, and we want to keep it clean, sparkling, and energized. And we can do that, and that actually welcomes wealth chi. And this is a perfect time of year for adding plants or flowers at the front if you can. And if you can't, then you can do them indoors. Many florists right now they really are stocking up, like Costco and Trader Joe's, and all these stores are stocking up now for Lunar New Year. You will see all kinds of beautiful mums and narcissus and lots of red envelopes everywhere. This is a great time now in terms of getting energy lifted to go out and get those blooms. Put them in your foyer. Put them outside. Maybe you can, if you've got some pots out in front of your door that you live in a temperate climate like I do, we can put some plants out there. I thought about buying 2 small orange trees, maybe little kumquat trees, because I wouldn't mind having a kumquat tree in my yard once Lunar New Year is over. But think about what you can do to lift and decorate the front of your home, and that whether that's inside or outside. So important to add that vitality at your entrance. This is what remember, this is key. When we want more money, we need more energy, right? Think you got to work harder. You got to work more on your feng shui and start moving things around and start moving the chi. This is all about wealth is energy, right? Money is energy. It's not a stagnant thing. It is a fluid thing. And so is the energy at our front door. So we got to keep that energized and auspicious. So add those beautiful spring branches. I just got some giant forsythia blooms. I think they were 40 inches long. They're just glorious. And I had these tall blue and white Chinese vases, and I put those in there and put them at my over my mantle and the fireplace. It just looks great. So look at your front door. Look at a new foyer entrance mat. Maybe you can do a new doormat at the front. Clean off your front door. Just give it a good wipe down and spark, shine up everything, all of your door handle set. Really make it look beautiful, and give it just a really nice thorough clean. So it's good and clean and sparkly there. And then energize it with those flowers like we're saying. Now let's talk about plants. If there's nothing else that you did to your home, if you just landscaped, put money into landscape, houses and realtors will tell you this, hands to God. If you landscape and have beautiful landscaping, the more auspicious and attractive your landscaping is, the more auspicious and attractive your house is. Because energy starts from the outside in. We focus on the front door because this is where energy comes into our house. Even if that's not the main primary door that you walk in and out of, it's still the main door of the house. That's what matters. And plants all that surround your house really make a difference. But then there's also plants inside your house. Plants are a source of vital growth energy, and they're a symbol of good health. If there is something that we need this year more than anything, it's a combination of growth energy and good health, right? So we want to look at what is missing in your house. Where can you put a nice, pretty, green, lush plant? Again, if it's too cold to do it outside, then find a place where you can put a nice, pretty, lush green plant and bring that into your house. Bringing in a new plant brings in new growing energy. So we really love that, to have that in your home. And then if you do happen to have the type of zone where you can plant, consider maybe adding some plants. Maybe you can plant something that will bloom as the months grow into spring or fall, what side of the hemisphere you're on. So think about where you can put some plant energy, growing energy. If you absolutely are going to just kill everything, that's okay. Get a new silk plant. I actually like the silk orchids. They're very nice, but you can also get real orchids. Real orchids are abundant right now, plus they last a long time. They're a really long-lasting flower, and that's a really good thing. So add some plants to your interior and your exterior. If you can do both, all the better. Right now, we're doing a whole bunch of landscaping, but we have to, because otherwise, if we don't, it's going to be 1,000 degrees and the plants are going to die. So if we got to get them started really early around here. Now let's talk about the Fu symbol. The Fu symbol represents good luck, good fortune, and prosperity in the year ahead. And this is a traditional symbol that you will see in Chinese homes at the front of the house, especially at Chinese New Year. Now, it's traditional to put that fu symbol by your door. It's also traditional to hang it upside down. I have to tell you a funny thing. I had a red envelope with a fu symbol, and I showed it in a webinar that I did for people who had bought the Success Pack. And what I had done is I put it in my office, and I turned it upside down, and I taped it right by my office door. And I've been flooded with phone calls for consultation and feng shui consultations that people are paying months in advance. I was stunned by this. And you better bet I'm going to be, after this podcast, I'm going to go taping 2 of those puppies up on my front door. So get yourself a fu symbol of wealth. You can Google it online and find it. And then, or go to your China or Asia town where you live, and chances are you'll find them in abundance, especially right now as the Lunar New Year is coming to us here in February. So get that fu symbol out. I also like to tell what money where to go. One of the things that's really important is to show the way, right? And let money know where it needs to head in. And that is right through your door and right on into your house. And one of the ways that you can do that is to create an arrow out of a group of 8 or 9 lucky Chinese coins. Again, you can find these online. You can find them on Amazon or your local Chinese emporium. And tape the coins to a piece of clear tape and tape them in the shape of an arrow. Then tape that to the underside of your foyer rug or carpet or on the floor somewhere, and so that the arrow is pointing into your house, showing wealth exactly where to go. It's really interesting. It's like, money, go here. It's just like I tell people a lot of times, like women here in the South sometimes have these handbags with these big rhinestone crosses on them, and while they're very pretty and I have nothing against a cross, there's some places where crosses don't belong, and that's like at the front door or on your handbag, because it's saying money stay away. Crosses actually are a negative symbol in the regard of just the symbol. I'm not talking about Christianity by any means, not at all. But as a symbol, it's a pushing symbol. So we don't want to have that pushing symbol near the door. Now, where you want to always put a cross is going to be in the heaven location, which is the northwest. That's always the best place. I always say put heaven in the heaven location. But let's not have any crosses on handbags or facing the front door, over the front door, that kind of thing, because it can push your money away. Let's get back into this fun stuff, and that is a bowl of gold, right? Who wouldn't want to have a bowl of gold in their home? Put out bowls of 9 oranges or mandarin oranges in your kitchen, your dining room, or living room. Oranges are auspicious for the new year because of the word orange in Mandarin is a homonym for gold. It means it sounds just like gold in Mandarin. So it's a really terrific way to add some energy. And what is not so, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing a glorious bowl of shining orange orbs. And I actually like to tuck in red envelopes between the oranges with little gifts. You can put like gift cards in them, or dollar bills, or little surprises, coins, any keychains, anything that you want to put inside those red envelopes, and just tuck them in the oranges and give them to guests when they come by. You can also add a pineapple in the bowl of oranges because it signifies good luck coming your way. And who doesn't need some good luck, right? We all can stand an extra heaping helping of that. That's for sure this year. Now, let's talk about your home and adding red color. Now, I know that there's a couple of listeners, Susan, I'm talking to you, who don't like red, and that's okay. Even if you don't like the color red, the Lunar New Year is the time to reinvigorate your home with energy. Besides cleaning and adding a green plant or some potted mums or flowers, we need that red color out in our home to re-energize it for success and good fortune in the new year. Think of it as putting the jumper cables, the color jumper cables on your home. And we really need that when the energy is kind of flagging, and at the beginning of the new year, we want to get off to a good start, right? So we want to give lots of energy to our home, and having that bowl of oranges with the red envelopes, that's enough. You don't have to paint the walls red or anything like that. But I actually like the Chinese lanterns. I especially like them hung by the front door. I think they're a great symbol. They're inexpensive. They're lightweight. You can put them up easily and take them right down. It's kind of like at Christmas time. You don't have to leave all this up forever or anything like that. Now, if you don't feel comfortable putting that up in your home, you don't have to, but I think it's a lot of fun. Get some red color out, though, especially in your important rooms, like your living room, maybe in your dining room. We want to show those, the dining room and your living room. Those are your two most important areas where you're going to have that energy. I also like a little bit in the kitchen, too. Never hurts to have just a touch of red, but that red color, think of it as just really giving us a good shot of vitamin B12 to our home's energy, and we need that. Let's talk about some fun New Year rituals. Now, we've got that big bowl of oranges, so roll the gold into your home. I love to do this. It's so much fun. Just if you can get a bag of oranges, just on the day of the Lunar New Year, so this is going to be February 12th, Friday, February 12th, you're going to open the door and you're going to roll in all the oranges and just throw them, put them all in a basket or a bucket or whatever you've got, and just throw them all in there and let them roll in. And that symbolizes gold rolling into your home. And if you've got some Chinese coins, throw those in there too. Make it fun. This is such a great thing to do with kids. It's so much fun to do. And if you've got a family, share the wealth. Give everybody, say, this is the gold to roll, and tell them to roll it into their homes too. And share some with your neighbors or family or friends. Now, if you have a business, do this at the front door to bring in customers all year long. In fact, I had a stylist who I had told him about this, and he does this every year. He keeps bags and bags of oranges by the front door, and he rolls them into the business, and he's got more business that he knows what to do with, but he hands them out as like favors and to celebrate with his customers and clients that come into the salon. So I think it's a really nice thing to do for businesses. It's sharing that wealth, and wealth sent out is wealth that comes back. I'm a big believer in that. So let's talk about, speaking of sending things out, another way that we can send out energy is with a wish tree. And they are so easy to make. This is one of those things I want you to think about doing. Find a branch in your yard or your garden and spray paint it white, gold, or brown. If you want to, you can put some lights on it. You can also buy some spring branches at your local decorating center and just kind of wire them on like cherry blossoms or something like that. Or dogwood, whatever your favorite springtime blossom is, and you can wire some of those on and then put them into a vase or some kind of container, and then make some. I like to get cardstock and then cut it into squares, punch holes in it, and then tie them all with red ribbons and put it next to the wish tree with a pen. And you can write. Everybody can write down their wishes. You can also buy red envelopes if you want to do that, and punch holes in them and tie a ribbon around them. And then everybody can put their wishes inside the red envelopes if they want to do that. But hang those wishes for the new year from the red ribbons on the branches. It's so much fun. You can also buy those lighted trees. I think those are beautiful. You can buy lighted branches and you can put them in a vase or a jar to tie your wishes to, or you can use a natural tree like a potted orange tree or a potted tree of some kind. You could also do it to a tree in your yard. There's no reason why you have to keep it indoors. You can put it outside if you want to. You can tie it on pieces of ribbon and just tie that to your tree and let the wishes blow up to the winds. I think it's a really nice idea for making setting your intentions for putting out your ideas out into the world. When you write them down, there's a magic to that. One of the things that we've done is we've collected our wishes, and those same blue and white ceramic vases I was just talking about a little bit earlier. I use those, and I've kept them. I've kept those wishes, and I would put a rubber band around them. We go back and look at them over the years, and it's amazing how many of those have come true. It's a fun thing to do with everybody and it's a fun activity. If you're kind of tired of meeting with your family, having everybody come over and you talk about the same old things, do an activity like this. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's just something a little different, and that's what we need, right? We gotta think about our energy, and if we're a little run down because of the pandemic and isolation and so on and so forth and all the bad news, we need to do things that are different, because different shakes up our energy. Different shakes up the energy in our home. And it helps us move chi and helps us to see things in a new way and to do new things. And it's so important that we keep revitalizing our energy and revitalizing the energy of our home. It really goes a long way toward the type of energy you have in your home and in your life and in your pocketbook. This is, like I said at the top of the hour, or not the top of the hour, but at the top of this call, that energy is just, and money is energy, and your energy that you put into things comes back to you in finances, So think about how you're reflecting your energy in your home and moving it and changing your chi. Now let's talk about another fun thing that you can do, and that's to create a togetherness tray. I love this custom at Chinese New Year. I think it's so much fun to get together a tray, and typically what's done is a tray that has sections in it, and it will have anywhere from 5 to 7 sections, and they'll put seeds and dried fruit, maybe some nuts or candies, things like that. It's a lot of fun to put those together, and you can even stick red envelopes in there too, and put that out. And for anybody who comes by, they can enjoy some of the nibbles and some of the fun things, or you just enjoy them, have friends and family over and nibble on those. It's a lot of fun. I'm putting in Haribo cherries, the red cherries, the Haribo gummy candies with the double cherries, because I want double goodness. And those 2 cherries hanging there, it's just two beautiful symbols of double goodness. So that's my candy choice. I'm also going to put in some chocolate, because you just got to have chocolate. But you can also create your own togetherness tray. You can do a sweet one if you want to, and a savory one. Hey, the choice is yours. You just be creative. If you don't want to find a section dish, or they're too hard to find, I know I've seen them at Hobby Lobby. You can buy them in the sort of the party section. And a lot of party places will have these divided trays. You can also just get your own tray at home and put out bowls, and put bowls on the tray, just with a whole variety of little things that everybody can nibble on and enjoy together. I think it's a fun way to do that. Now, if you want to be friendly for a pandemic, you can always use like squatty little glasses, so people can pick them up and pour the items out into their hand versus having to reach in and touch things. Or you can add spoons to them. So we want to be smart still, healthy and smart. Because we don't want to have anybody getting sick because they're in the togetherness tray with their fingers, and maybe they hadn't put on gel, or maybe you could just put your Purell right next to that togetherness tray. Well, there you have it. We've got a bunch of different ideas that you can use for improving prosperity. This is moving up energy for your house, giving your house a good bump of fresh new chi, and that is good for money. So helpful. Well, as always, I want to leave you with 3 tips that I think you've got to do this year to get that energy and get that chi moving for the Lunar New Year, and to really energize your home and your life. The first one is focus on that front door, energize it, clean it, and if you can't do it outside, do it in your foyer. And as a matter of fact, I think you should actually, if you can activate the front door and clean and put plants out there, or some type of guardian at the front door, flanking your door with plants, potted mums, anything like that is a wonderful symbol. If you can't do it outside, then do it inside and do that in your foyer. But if you can do it outside, do it both inside and out if you can. All the more, the better. What are we talking about? We're talking about the energy that comes into your home for the year, and we want to make it as good as we possibly can because we know what we've all gone through, and so we want to really make it positive and augur that good fortune and celebrate the energy of the coming year. Number 2, always welcome money at your door by showing it where to go. Tape those Chinese coins right in underneath your rug and put them in 8 or 9 coins in the shape of an arrow and say, money, go in. Come in here. Let's stick with the door theme now, and let's talk about the rolling gold. I love this. This is such a fun thing to do, and I hope if you're listening, you maybe send me a picture, email me, let me know if you're in the Insiders Group Facebook page. I'd love to see your videos of rolling the gold into your home, throw in those Chinese coins, share those oranges with your family, your friends, and have a wonderful Lunar New Year next Friday, February 12th, and make a day to do things that you enjoy. Maybe see a funny movie, get your Netflix queue all queued up with fun films, and go out for a meal if you can. Just enjoy yourselves that day, and hope you have an absolutely fabulous year of the ox. And I'll talk to you next week on 5 Minute Feng Shui. Thanks for listening today to 5 Minute Feng Shui. Are you ready for the Year of the Rat to be over? Who isn't? The good news is that the Year of the Ox is coming, and there's a bright light on the horizon. We are saying bye-bye to the 7-star that brought the pandemic and saying hello to the beautiful and sparkling 6-star that will shower us all with opportunity, windfalls, helpful people, and lift our sights this year. I'll share with you where you can find money, love, and opportunity in 2021, including in-depth feng shui details about how to use this energy of the year to maximize your success and prosperity and to protect you and your family. My Year of the Ox feng shui forecast includes details for every house and every zodiac sign. You'll also get the year's lucky clothing, handbag, and wallet colors. Be sure to subscribe to the Red Lotus letter for details about the Year of the Ox that's coming soon. Sign up at redlotusletter.com for all the details.